Good morning, guys. It is Saturday the something of August and bank holiday weekend has arrived. I'm so chuffed. I connected with a guy called Billy Carpenter, I think is his name, from Gam Dude Brewing, and also Michigan Distillery. It's easy for me to say. Distillery. And he sent me some stickers. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get some stickers made. These are really cool. Yeah, we need stickers, don't we? Can labels are good, but stickers, come on. Anyway, today we have, not with us yet, but it's a little bit early for them, bless. It's only 7:21, but in about 9 minutes, approximately, we will have the pleasure of the company of the Middlewich, is it a chapter? The Middlewich Round Table. A table of tablers, who are coming to make beer with us. The not insignificant event coming up on the horizon, end of October, the Middlewich Beer Festival, and we've been asked to contribute, so we thought it would be a great idea to have the guys down from the round table to actually brew the beer that we'll be selling, some of it at least. So we're set up, did some weighing up last night, got everything weighed ready, left it in the bag so I can show them what we're doing. And yeah, in about 10 minutes we'll get that mashed in. They'll be with me for the day. I don't know how much opportunity I'm going to have to film things. We tend to chat a lot and film very little when I've got people in. I can't half talk, you know. Anyway, if there's a chance to get some video down, we'll do that, of course. If not, I'll see you at the end of the day. Just giving the pump, the heat exchanger and a couple of hoses a bit of a whiz through with some cleaner. It's coming out pretty clear, to be fair, so I did clean it after the last one, but it's been stood for a week, so just wanted to flush it through, make sure there were no dead badgers in there. Anyway, I will wait for the arrival of our guests. So the round tables have arrived, and even one of them, it said staff on his t-shirt, so I've got him actually doing some work for a change. You'll have seen Jack before. He was the very first person in the world to witness the greatness that is Mergy Straight, and now he's doing some proper work and jet washing for me. So we're just giving it a quick rinse, ready to start the transfer probably in another 30 minutes or so. And it's nice to have some help, so thanks for coming along, guys. Just coming up to the boil. Tiny bit low on gravity, but we'll deal with that in the boil. Mash tun ready to be dug out by one of my willing volunteers. And they're just weighing the hops out for me now. So fingers crossed, we'll all be bang on accurate. And if not, it's their fault. One thing I'll say about Jack is he's a grafter, all right. Look at all the other willing volunteers, desperate to get him there with a shovel.
You can do it, Jack. I'm holding a big shovel in plastic. I'm not too worried.
Trying to wedge it, so that's going in at 26, 27. I'm just slow it down a little bit. So brew day nearly complete. We're just transferring out. Just see the heating elements in the bottom there. We're going into the fermenter at 23.7, a little bit warm, 23 on the Inkbird, and we'll pitch the yeast at that anyway. It's not so high, there's going to be a problem. Obviously there's a lag, and the tank's cooling down anyway. The problem that we got again is too much cooling water. We're about to hit the limit. I've flooded it twice. We're about to hit the line. We're already whatever that is, 200 or 300 litres, 200 I think that is, 200 litres in, so it looks like we're going to have to dump some. There's too much there even for wash down. I'll probably get another 100 in, let everything else soak, get a bit of caustic in there, and then the rest will have to go to waste. I've not got a spare fermenter to put it in other than the big one over there. I could probably pipe it into that, maybe.
Good morning again. We finished the brew day. Had a great time yesterday with the guys. You know, it's always a pleasure when people are actually genuinely interested, and there were loads of questions. Yeah, I loved it, really good. We finished off here, pitched the yeast, cleaned up a little bit, got some more clean up to do this morning, and then headed off for a couple of pints down the road, which was also very enjoyable. Today we have to, and it's Sunday now, today we have to rack the bitter that's been in the tank for a couple of weeks now. I'm not going to use these casks. These are the emergency casks that we used when we were really short of packaging. They've come back from the pubs now, but I don't want to leave them full of dregs, if I'm honest. They start to stink a bit, so I'm going to get them cleaned. I've got 8 more clean casks. I say clean, they're new, but I'm going to give them a caustic and an acid rinse anyway. But I want these cleaned, and then we can stash them out of the way, ready for future cask shortages. You'll see on the side some of these corny kegs. If you're a home brewer, you'll know what these are. 19 litre kegs for homebrew use. I'm just cleaning them today. We don't do any homebrew here at all. Obviously, gets a bit complex with HMRC, so we really try and dodge that wherever we can. But I've had these sat in the shed at home for 6 months or more, and they've gone. Basically, it's spoiled now. They're well off. So I'm just going to jet wash them out, clean them up, take them back home again. But yeah, let's get to it. First thing we do is get the keystones and shives out. Then we'll give them a kind of simple wash just to get all of the bits and pieces and sediment out, so it doesn't clog up the cask wash that we built. So obviously any hops that are in there, sometimes when they knock the keystone through, the plastic from the top will drop into the beer, and also with the shive on the side, if they put a spile through it, sometimes the centre pip will drop into the cask, and I've had problems with them jamming the pump up before now, so we try and rinse as much of that out as we can. So when we put them on the caustic wash, actually they're pretty clean already. So first off, we're going to lever out the keystone here. This is where the tap or the cask wedge is inserted, and these generally pop out quite easily. You'll see, if I can find the camera, there we go. So they're normally closed like that once they knock the tap through. Usually they come back in that state, but quite often it rips the whole thing off if they whack them in really hard, and you've got to retrieve this piece from inside of the cask. What we're trying to do is not scratch the steel. We want to just lever the rubber, not gouge it, because obviously that will affect the integrity of the seal. Some tougher than others. Okay, next is getting out the shive, and I use completely the wrong tools for this. I could do with something a bit better. What I've got is this kind of gemmy thing. Again, we just need to be careful not to scratch or damage the hole wherever we can. So what I do with these is just slightly off center from the shive pip in the middle, because I don't want to knock them in if they're not already knocked in. Most of the breweries don't use most of the pubs that we serve don't put a spile in, because they're using a vertical stillage for the cask. But the ones that are knocked through, I'm not so bothered about. But the ones that aren't, I'm just going to go away from the centre, and we're just going to bash this until it's pretty much through. And then we can lever in the opposite direction, usually. There you go. To pull her out.
We are currently costicking, a bit delayed now today because I've had a couple of visitors, one planned, one unplanned, but it's kind of set me back a little bit. So a few little minor changes to this cask wash. I've changed that flexible pipe that feeds the spray bore with a permanent one, but otherwise the same. And I'm just going through some bits that I've got here to see if I can make another box for the rinse, and I'm missing some pieces, so I'll just swap the input pipe over there for a hose attachment, which I've got somewhere. Where did I put it? Just made one. Oh, where did that go? Oh. So next up is the rinse. I've been doing this manually just with a hose pipe outside, but with this little hose pipe attachment, and the water pressure's not so great, I'm afraid, but you might be able to see in there. Now maybe you can't, but you might see the little spinny ball rotating. I'm just checking it's actually powerful enough to throw the water over all of the insides. Just a bit concerned it wasn't spraying quite enough, but I can definitely see it spinning in there. Greetings, it is Wednesday night. I'm never here on a Wednesday, but I've decided I'm taking a week off before I go absolutely insane. We've got a tank full of Murgy here. But looking at the plan, it looks like we're going to go negative stock in about 5 weeks' time, so -1. So I need to do another one. I was planning tomorrow, just before I go, I was planning to get that Ep.58 in the tank, the American Pale. Just had a very quick taste test before I left the house to come here, and it's good. It's not clear, it's not drop bright yet, so I'm going to get it into packaging, and then hopefully by the time I come back from a few days in Spain, we'll be crystal clear and we can get a good idea of what it's going to be like. So that'll be the first brew once we get back, I think. While I'm away, Elliot's ready and able to take care of the dry hop. Obviously any orders and bits and pieces that happen while we're away, he'll take care of all that for me, but it should be quite simple. We've got to dry hop that tomorrow before I go, and then on Tuesday he'll put the auxiliary finings in, ready for when I get back on Saturday, when we'll get it racked. Yeah, everything's clean, ready to go. We're just topping up the HLT. I'd drained it a little bit a couple of days ago because I needed water for some bits and pieces around here. So we're just getting that top back up. As soon as we're up to the green line, we'll set the timer, knock the water off, and get these casks delivered. I've got a car full, including, check this out, forgot to tell you, including an actual keg of Murgy Straight. I didn't have any protective caps, so just sticking it at the moment, but we've got Murgy Straight there, 30 litres in keg. I've no idea whether it's going to work or not. I'm going to get that to the Emporium because Della's quite keen to try it, and if it works, then we can start splitting the packaging into cask and keg potentially, and if it doesn't work, well, it's worth a try. At that point I'm going to give up. I've had 3 fails so far, purely due to my packaging, I think. But if that works and they're happy with it at the Emp, then that should become part of our regular portfolio. I'm kind of not quite overweight in there, but it's not far off, so we should be alright. I think this car takes about 500 kilos according to the plate, so we'll see. Alright, you clear? Right, come in.